Hi, I know it's been such a long time since I've done a hairstyle tutorial, but I've done one today. You might not be able to see from this angle, but ever since I did that hair poof tutorial on how to make those hair puffs that you put in your hair to help bump it up and create a good foundation for a hairstyle, and people have been saying, can you do a tutorial with it? So I have, and if I bend down and turn to the side, you'll see that I've done a bouffant or beehive, and I've added in this flower at the side just because I really like the 60s Bollywood looks at the moment. You could be much more neater than I am. Doing it on yourself isn't ideal. If you want to do a bridal hairstyle, you really want to get someone to do it for you. If you haven't got the budget, then get a friend too. Starting with not so clean hair, I'm just sectioning off the front from ear to ear. I haven't really made a parting, I'm just sectioning away. And then taking from ear to ear at the back, I'm going to create a ponytail at the top. I'm just smoothing that hair down before I ponytail it, just making sure it's really smooth and there aren't any bumpy bits. And then doing the same with the bottom, creating a second ponytail. Just making sure that where the ponytail meets at the sides, just behind the ears, the lines that the scalp doesn't show. Then I'm fanning out the top of the ponytail. You can see me working it with my hand so that it's really nice and smooth on top. And then I'm flattening it and moving it across wider using that brush. And then I'm going to put in 2 section clips just to hold that out of the way. Placing my bun on top, just checking it for position. When you go to do this bit, chances are when you're doing your own hair, you're looking down. So when you're placing this, you're thinking, oh, right, okay, that's too high, and bring it down. When you then go to look up, you'll notice that that isn't as high as you thought it was. How I want my bun to be is just about visible when I'm looking. So you can't really see too much now because these clips are in the way, but my bun is sort of sitting here, which is fine. For a bridal, because you want the dupatta to fall over it. If you don't want it to be so high, then just have it down further, but I like the way the line and the shape follows that, like that. So I'm going to set it here and pin that in. So you're going to pick up the net, can you see? You're going to pick up the net and then you're going to place that to the scalp, bring the pin forward and then push in, and that really locks it into place. And what I'm going to do is pin that side, just maybe 4 or 5 pins around the bun just to secure it in place. So there are about 4 or 5 pins in there, I don't remember now. And I'm just going to shape the bun so that it looks a bit more, I don't want it perfectly uniform. I can either flatten it and have it a little wide, or I could just leave it as is, and I think that should be fine. And I'm going to take my hair down from here and use my hair from the bottom to just spread that over this bun now. You can do it in 2 lots or 1 lot, and if you haven't got enough hair, then you know you're obviously going to use hair extensions for this. Because I've got a lot of hair, I can do it in 2 ponytails. But if you don't, then you've just about got enough hair, then do it with the one, and either decide whether you want it from the top or from the bottom. I prefer from the bottom down, which is why I'm starting from the bottom up, because when I then finish it off, it'll be the other way around. And you can see this creates a beautiful seam, but you can see the rubber band and I can feel it. And I don't think I've completely covered the bun, but I've done a pretty good job. First time around. That looks really neat. So now that I've got the hair covered and I'm happy with it, I can give it a spray of hairspray. Because I'm a little bit allergic to hairspray, I'm not going to. It just makes me sneeze and makes my scalp itch. And I just find that you don't really need to use hairspray, to be honest. My hair is slightly greasy, slightly being it was washed 3 mornings ago, and it is quite greasy, but it just adds to this really shiny, smooth, sleek bun that I'm going for. that's pretty secure. I'm going to take the ends of that. You probably can't see, but I'm taking the top of that now, splitting it in half, and I'm just going to work it to the side and just try and hide that inside the bun or around the very edge. I'm going to just try and work it inside the bun though and out of the way. I can undo some of the big large grips that I've put in there to help me get there if I need it. It's hard to see what's going on when you're doing your own hair. And I'm going to remove these two section clips that I used to keep the top ponytail aside, and I'm going to place this hair over the bun as well now. I think this little bit of hair is from the hair that was underneath, so I'm just going to tuck that in and pin that back before I go any further. There you go, that's done. So before I place the hair over, I'm just going to get my brush and smooth out this hair, because I've been twisting it around my fingers, it's not as smooth. And then using my comb, I'm just going to take that over the bun and just place the hair. I've got some short bits and some long bits, so I want them pretty equal, which will make it easier to pin. I can back comb this if I don't want such a uniform finish. That's pretty good. If your hair's too fly away, you can spray the hair before pushing it over. That will certainly help. And you don't have to do it all in one go like I have. You can do it in bits, but I just find it's much more smoother if you do it if you just drop the hair over and then place it. I just find that this stays really seam free. You don't see like the sections of hair that's been placed over. I'm just going to pin the ends then. While I'm holding it with one hand, I'm just going to pin all these ends together. Now this little bit you can either undo, there is a little gap in here that I can work this under and push it right through the bun. And if that gap isn't there, then I can open the pin and put it in. Okay, so to me this looks really messy down below, but it doesn't matter because of what I'm going to do with the rest of my hair. But if you're not going to do this side sweep like I'm going to do, then you want to get somebody just to help you finish off that bottom bit, because it is really difficult to see yourself, and I've got way too long hair for doing this by myself. So I'll move forward for this next bit. I'm going to take my hair out that's on the shortest side. Actually I'm going to take both sides out because I didn't do my parting before. At this point, if you're going to set a digger and you want to set that in the middle, I've got a video already showing you how to do that. I usually like to work with a tail comb, but I don't have one to hand. It was here yesterday and it's just disappeared today. Okay, so take the shorter side, or the side that's got the least part of the side parting, and just drape that around the bun. So you want it to just fall over that messy bit at the bottom and frame it. And then you're going to kind of pin it around here. And that goes some way to hiding that mass at the side there. And then the tail that's left, you can just take that around back on itself and secure. I'm going to keep my fringe out for now. I'm not going to do anything with that just yet. Okay, now with this side I'm going to split it into two parts. I'm going to use the first part, which is closer to the hairstyle. I'm going to split it in half like this. Whoa, look at that. Freaky. What I'm going to do is just take this and back comb a little bit. Don't need to smooth it out so much, and just take that around, and again we're going to use that to cover and create a nice sort of sweep across the bun. Normally I keep much more hair out, but I didn't think I'd be able to handle it on myself. And we're going to go all the way up and over and pin that. Then release the second part of your hair, comb that through or brush through, and then just straight that to where you think it will fall. And don't think just as soon as you take that back you've got to drape, you've got to tie it. You can play with it and see what looks good and then secure it when you're ready. I'm taking this one slightly higher and I'm going over. With the rest of the hair that you've got left, should hopefully just be a fringe now. You can decide what you want to do with it, whether you're going to just drape it like I'm going to. I always like to pin up the tails. I never like to leave them out because there's so many pictures that I've seen where the tail just comes down over the face, and when you've got your makeup on and it looks great, then it just spoils it. And so many girls ask me to leave it out, and then I look at the pictures and I think, I wish I'd just put it in. I want my strings to be showing. All I'll do here is take this hair back and pin it around and under. Maybe feel for a gap and stick it through there, which I can do here. So this is the bun all done and on its own with no bling in it whatsoever. It's great for a dupatta setting now. It's not too high. If I lower my head, it gives a nice shape. and it suits, you know, the way my face shape is. Some people, and I do in particular, a bit bigger than this, like to get a braid and then pop that round the side or around. I think that looks really nice and a bit more modern as well. You can even have like a braid coming out from that, but at the moment I'm really into like the 60s stars, Bollywood stars and their hairstyles. So where I've got a little bit of a bulk that I don't want to show, I would just clip in a flower, and with a sari I think that looks pretty amazing. It makes a really sort of, you can see in the mirror behind me, makes a sort of really, you know, old, my mum's time at the movies, that kind of, you know, movie actress style hairstyle, which is really, really in. I love this. This is what I wanted for the hairstylist that I chose for my brother's wedding to do, but I just kept getting let down, and in the end my mum came up trumps and did our hairstyles for us, and this is the hairstyle she did, bar the plait which I had as well. It looks absolutely gorgeous, so I really hope this tutorial was useful to you. Oh, if you do copy this hairstyle and do it for yourself, could you please take a picture and put it on my Facebook, which is Nisha, Davdra Makeup, Hair and Henna. I'd really like to see how you get on with it. Even if you switch it up and do it slightly differently, I'd really, really like to see it. Nothing pleases me more than me being able to show somebody how to do it and then they do it for themselves and I can see. So yeah, I'd really like to know, you know, if you do it with a side plait maybe, whatever you do, I'd really like to see it. Anyway, take care and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.